Results, Johan Florentine in first, Alex Saranga in second. Matias Diaz and Alberto Colucci are going to head into the second round, and that is an elimination round. If you get third or fourth in one of those seats, you are going home. Moving on into our second round. Already through an entire round today, we have Renato Arellano, Israel Salas, George Humphreys, and Brahim Idouche coming up here in the first round. First heat of round number 2. Before we get things started here in that first heat, we are going to go to a little commercial from our sponsors who make the event possible.
Tomate Surf Shop, presentador oficial Arica Chilean Challenge 2013.
All right, this is the first heat of round number 2 getting underway. You see Brahim Idouche right there with the big roll. That is the man from Morocco with a second roll inside in the shallow end. And remember, once again, round number 2, this is the first heat. We still have 4 riders. It's still 30 minutes long, but this is an elimination round. Second and first place move on into round number 3 where they compete against the winners of the first round, and third and fourth place are done for Arica. We might see them in Antofagasta, we might see them in Rio, but they are done as far as this event is concerned. And once again, welcome back. This is the 10th year we've had the Arica Chilean Challenge. I'm Eric Apple, joined by 9-time world champion Mike Stewart, who had the highest scoring wave of the day. And Mike, we're checking out Brahim Idouche, the Moroccan rider, with 2 nice little rolls there. That's a relatively decent wave to get things started out for the heat, to get a score under his belt, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's probably just getting what he can. It looks like the conditions are starting to deteriorate just a little bit. And so these guys are going to try to extract whatever they can from whatever they find. I don't know if that's going to be one of the higher scoring waves. It was a smaller wave, not a lot of bowl on that one, but he did get pretty good projections. Anyway, this is Israel Salas from Brazil on the right, and he worked his wave pretty well as well. I mean, again, you know, these conditions are starting to deteriorate, and hopefully it'll find a couple. It's going to be these are tricky conditions. You know, so I'm not sure how much longer they'll run, but we'll see.
Probably going to want maybe two heats, just these first 2, or maybe 3 or 4. I don't know.
Well,
it's up to Alex Leon, who's been doing a great job as our
he's awesome
manager. I think.
God, he's a man. He just handles the stress, just like, you know, he says, "Oh, it's so stressful." I mean, he just looks so calm. You know, I don't know how he deals with it. I've run a couple of events at Pipe and stuff, and man, it is so stressful, and there's so much going on.
Yeah, I spent the entire 2 weeks in Australia with him for the event, and I was with him every day and saw what he had to put together and how hard he had to work. And he's a much more patient guy than I am. I'll tell you that. For sure.
Same. I know.
I wanted to scream at people for him. I see the way things are going. I was like, Alex, can I yell at him for you? So we
probably put him in a chokehold.
We have a couple scores coming through in our first heat of round number 2. Israel Salas, the Brazilian rider, with a 5.75.
Yes.
Brahim Idouche with a 4.45 to open things up. Renato Arellano, still yet to get a wave, as well as George Humphreys, the Australian, still yet to get a wave. And like I said, mentioned it already before, third and fourth place, they're going home.
You know, Israel Salas is at 5.75. That's going to probably be a keeper out here. You know, if it continues to diminish in conditions here. We'll see, you know. I mean, you know how this break is. You take off on the right wave, you get a 10.
Well, look at those guys on the screen. I'm Eric Apple, your host for the IBA World Tour, joined by 9-time world champion and 50-year-old Ripper. And of course, my childhood and my adult hero, Mike Stewart. I'm kind of nervous with you up here, buddy. I'm a little nervous. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to ask.
That's because you know I'm gonna choke you out or something.
Now, I've been telling everyone, I got my laptop set up over here. Everyone from the IBA World Tour Facebook page has been sending in questions for all the riders, for King E, for Ryan Hardy, for Jeff Hubbard. You guys send in your questions to Mike Stewart. Don't send too many because I still have a lot of questions I want to ask him.
Nah,
So
go
I'm
for
going
it,
to take
man.
up a little bit of the Q&A, but you guys can send him some stuff, and we'll get him to answer some of your
If
questions.
you guys don't know, this is Eric Apple. He's been around the bodyboard scene forever. Used to compete back in the day, top competitor, and then he went to mixed martial arts and just puts a fear of God in people. Anyway,
Look at
nice
this.
flip. Oh gosh, he almost like reconnected.
Brahim,
Oh, he looked like he might come through the whitewater. Oh, nice.
man. Trying to get the complete ride, and he really
Gosh,
went for
that
it.
was pretty special. Like, that was a huge ramp right in the most powerful little zone. It just, the wave just kind of converges right on that inner shelf and just like projects you out.
And as we take a look at the replay, Mike,
Watch this.
Look at
It
the
comes up, it just gets shot.
It looks a little different. He stayed inverted for a while, and he turned the ARS just different than normal. I mean,
Yeah. Oh,
I don't know
here,
how to describe
Humphrey
it.
rolls off that section.
The Australian rider
closes.
ducking out there last second.
Yeah. Back to well, we'll probably get a replay of.
Yeah, but tell me, how was Brahim's? I'm trying to figure out what he did differently.
Well, okay. So a lot of times when you'll see
his
guys
axis is
flip,
off.
well, what he did is he kind of got off of his board to try to make sure he could get the landing. Anyway, here's George's last wave.
Yeah, kind of a low roll.
Yeah,
right
low
there.
roll. Not probably what he was looking for as far as the projection, but still a pretty decent wave.
Mike, tell me this. You're as good of a person to ask, if not the best person to ask about this question. I see riders here who are world-class riders who have a lot of trouble getting to the top of that wave and getting to where the lip is on their rolls. And they're doing those kind of manual, like contest-style rolls.
Okay, yeah. So
they're using their own body weight and they're torquing it with their core strength. Why are they not getting it through to the top of the lip like?
Yeah. So what ends up happening out here a lot of times is you get the wave is very powerful. Like it really, when it moves into that inside, it just stacks up right on the reef, has a lot of power. And so if you end up pulling into the barrel or you start going, man, it's just going to try to squirt you out. Like, it's just so much pressure and so much speed you get. And that speed is hard to translate to vertical movement. So you got all this inertia moving forward. You got to really be on your rail and be ready to just immediately turn up into it and hit it. If you don't do that, you're probably going to outrun the lip, and you're not going to be able to do a roll good. You end up on your back, or so it comes off kind of awkward.
So what you're saying is these guys are projecting up towards that lip, but the forward momentum of the wave is pushing them out instead of up.
Yeah, are you referring to a lot of guys like kind of just rolling on them? Yeah, that's usually because they're going so fast forward, and this wave will do that. It's got that much power and that much speed.
So you're just saying like a lot of these guys, even though they're some of the best in the world, they still just have yet to adjust.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
The power of this wave.
Yeah, and just kind of figuring it out. I mean, every wave in the world has its nuances, and this wave's no different. What I like about this wave is it's just got so much juice.
Yeah, 100%.
Here we go. Here's George on the inside.
George Humphrey's the Australian
So
driving
he's looking
through
for
that
the
barrel
lip
section.
So there he waited. Now
He made it up top there, but loses his board in
yeah.
in a section you don't want to have nothing but water between you and the rocks. It'd be nice to have your board between you and the rocks.
Yeah,
but
he'd be frustrated on that one.
we do have on the beach. Yo-Yo has caught up with Johan Florentine, our winner from the final heat of round number 1. Yo-Yo, take it away for us. I said something.
No, better not.
Yeah, better not, thanks.
I can mess up your relation.
They're still interviewing Johan. Are they still interviewing Johan?
Oh, this is a good one, this last one, the UK.
And here we are with the winner of the last heat, and this is Mr. Johan Florentine. Johan Florentine, just please tell us about the last heat.
Yeah, I'm really happy to make first in this first heat. The first heat I feel it's never easy. You feel lots of stressful, and I was looking all the heat before, and the waves looks bigger and bigger. So yeah, I'm really happy to make through this heat.
It was an strategy from Joan, like to find the good waves.
Yeah, I know just they put good scores for maneuvers, so I tried to take like middle waves and make maneuvers, and I landed. It's really hard to land good maneuvers here, so yeah, I'm really happy. It's good. It's good for the next hit.
Joan, I have a question from the boys here. You are from a place that is warm water. How do you feel surfing with cold water here in Arica?
Yeah, and with wetsuit is never easy, but now I surf in France. I surf a lot in France, hard beach break, and I feel better now with wetsuit. And yeah, it's all right. This could be worse.
Okay, Joan, we desire you the best for the next hit, and I hope to see you here again, with me. And I don't know if you like to tell something to back home.
Yeah, but just thanks my sponsor, ID, ENT from Reunion Island, all my friends who support me, my family, my girlfriend. Thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you, Joan. And back to you guys. Thank you very much. Ew.
Yeah, cool.
Johan Florentine and Yo-Yo down on the beach. Remember, Johan Florentine was your winner from the final heat of round number 1, and we are into round number 2. This is the elimination round, and Eric Apple, your host for the IBA World Tour, joined by 9-time world champion Mike Stewart. As we look, taking off on the right, that's George Humphreys, the Australian. Mike.
George Humphrey looking for a section over there. Here's the replay of that last wave he got. Nice extended roll, boom, big. You can see him kick his leg out, try to get like a little bit more control on the landing. Yeah, looking for another section here. Oh, just kind of gets crumbled. Yeah, but that first roll was a winner. That was a really good projected roll.
So George getting a 5.4 on that score, which is that'll be a good backup wave or a good secondary scoring wave if you can top that. So to give you a lay of the land, Israel Salas, the Brazilian rider, with a 10.78. Brahimi Douche with 9.78, and very close behind him is George Humphreys with a 9.53, and George only needs a 4.38 to move into advancing position. And Renato Arellano still yet to get a wave. That is the Chilean rider in red. And we're going to take some questions from Mike. And we see some guys taking off. So we're
Renato up and riding.
Finally getting away.
On the left. Yeah, the good section. Oh, get hollowed out. Good line. Yeah, good barrel.
We see a roll right here to finish things off. That's going to be a
right
good
onto
opening score on the rocks.
Yeah, right onto the reef. Right onto the, well, it's not really reef. It's kind of volcanic basalt.
Wasn't there a bodyboard video, something on the rocks or on the rocks?
Oh, winter on the rocks. Yeah.
Yeah, Tom Boyle.
Yeah, this would be cold water on the rocks.
Well, on the rocks, it means it's cold anyways on the ice.
Yeah, that's right.
Nice little barrel ride, clean exit. Smaller wave, but a clean barrel and a clean roll nonetheless. So I'm imagining it's going to be a decent score for Renato.
Renato on the board.
So Mike, James Lake has a question for you. He asks about, have you had much of a chance to ride any waves in the UK? And what waves have they been? I mean, I know you've been everywhere in the world.
Yeah, I've been to UK, but it was so long ago. And I am planning a big trip there this year. So I look forward to meeting everyone in UK again. So I'll be going to England and hopefully to some of the other United Kingdom states. It'd be great to get over to Ireland, and I'd love to get to Scotland. I'm not sure if I'll make it, but that would be awesome. But definitely going to go to England again this year. I got a big trip planning. We're starting to plan right now. So
yeah, it seems like surfing and bodyboarding. I mean, well, there's always been people who surf and bodyboard in England and Ireland, but man, with toe ends growing so much, I mean, you've seen a lot of some big waves in Ireland.
Yeah, Ireland's
looking mean waves.
Yeah, there's some incredible surf up there, and even England's got some surf too on its day. So that whole UK area, it's holding for surf.
Yeah,
and
just cold.
Yeah, it's pretty cold. It's pretty cold.
Now to change gears,
whoa,
Renato with a 7.38, which is a high score.
That's great.
We have an international panel of judges, but I mean,
yeah.
If I didn't know any better, I would say they're all Chilean judges with that score.
Yeah, no, he did that. He rode that wave really well. He rode it deep. It was a deep barrel. He did everything. He milked it. He did
everything possible on the wave for sure.
Yeah, and the wave, the perspective that the viewers had and we had was kind of looking into the tube, so you couldn't really tell how deep he was. Probably a view from the side, looking where the judge's perspective was, you'd probably see him pretty deep. I mean, it looked like that first section folded over pretty well. So he got a deep barrel and did a move. So, you gotta grant him a good score for that. So anyway, he's sitting actually in a pretty good spot. I mean, he's got a 7. He only needs a 2 now, 2.4. So 2.5 points will get him to second place. Will knock out, you know, from there he only needs. Gosh, let's see. Well, it just depends how the rest of his thing is, but he doesn't need much more. You know, he probably needs another 4 or something to get into the lead.
You fell apart there for a second.
I'm always falling apart. I'm just glued.
We're gonna take a look at. We have a nice little GoPro segment, some onboard riding from our sponsor GoPro. Let's check it out. This is you, Mike.
Yeah,
you
this is
the GoPro on your Heat.
the last.
I want to see your big.
Yeah,
9
so this
points.
is it. You know, I thought it was a closeout, and I just pulled in with his. You know, I loaded up and just tried to project as fast as I could right here, thinking, oh gosh. So. You know, then this next section over here started to come down. I tried a doggy door, and I think the lip just kind of clipped me.
And it really did close and I saw you with your posture and you're projecting your weight out and your chest out in front of the nose of the board perfectly, ducking out below at the last second, absolutely perfect. And I'm actually kind of surprised. Did the lip land like right on the back of your feet or your legs?
I must have. You know, I think it twisted the camera around a little bit because. When I felt for the GoPro on the back, it wasn't there. I'm like, oh no, did I lose this thing? And then it was on the side of me, so it kind of rotated around.
Yeah.
So yeah, stoked. A little drainer there. That's what you know, Gringo offers when the conditions are cooperating.
You know, it's one of those situations, almost like, you know, like it happens at pipe so much. I mean. I'm sure that you have your system down with your tethers being tight, but that's like one of those waves that people lose their fins on. They duck out of a barrel and the lip lands on the back of their legs, and your fins are just gone. Where my fins go? And even if you have tethers, you know, they're off your feet at least dangling.
Yeah.
Then you got 2 anchors.
Got to get those gyro connectors, Eric.
That's why I knew you were dialed in. You were going to come in with that. But that's one of those situations, you know, where bodyboarders sometimes it could be a hindrance. You know, when you lose your fins, you have tethers, and you're stuck in the impact zone, and they're like anchors. You're trying to put them back on. You got sets coming in your head.
That sucks.
It's always a bad feeling.
I've been hogtied many a time where both fins come off, and you have your tethers, and they wrap around quickly. They twirl around and wrap up, and you know, then you just got these anchors, and you got to try to get both of them off, or at least one of them, so you can have one foot free. But anyway, it's crazy.
Certainly be a bad feeling. So again, Israel Salas, the Brazilian, in first, Brahimi Dush in second, and currently George Humphreys and Renato Aureliano are looking at elimination from this entire event with 13 and a half.
Yeah, there's still tons of time here. It's anyone's game. Okay, here's a little wave from George. God, looks like the conditions are really deteriorating. He's going to try to get something here.
Whoa.
Nice little flip.
Man, busting that inside on
nice
a little
flip
wave.
from George. Small wave, inside move, you know, but you have to adjust to the conditions, and it seems like they are slowing down here a bit. But, you know, it's so tight right now, you know, amongst all these 4 riders. Like, any of them can take one wave and move to the lead. So, you know, everyone except for Ronaldo's got 5s. Yeah. And Israel's got 2 5s. Ronaldo's got a 7, so
that
doesn't need much.
He's
sitting in a good position.
A solid score right there for an opening wave.
And there's lots of time left. You know, we're looking at, you know, 12 minutes.
I have a question for you on that left that you got a good barrel on, as we see our rider in red, the Chilean Renato. He has a 7. What else can he get? Nice little roll into that little barrel section. Man, he's not afraid of that reef. Jeez.
Yeah, he's just kind of riding right up it right now. Kind of hectic.
He is not afraid of that reef whatsoever. He must have some. He must have a Kevlar lined full suit.
Okay, little change in the standings here. George Humphrey just moved up to second with a 4.73, so he's got a 5.4 and a 4.73. Now Brahim needs a 4.81, and Ronaldo needs not much. Ronaldo could just jump right ahead if he's got one decent wave.
For sure. Well, he just had the other wave with that roll on the inside, so he's going to move up into second or first place 100%.
Yeah.
You know, Mike, I wanted to ask you another question. You know, on the lefts here, it really does remind me a little bit of pipeline. The way the barrel sets up, and I see you ducking out under the lip at the last minute. How similar do you think it is on some of the, maybe not as far as length of ride, but as far as the way the barrel's breaking and the way it lines up?
Well, a hollow wave's a hollow wave, and you can apply a lot of your skills, you can apply a lot of your skills you learn at pipe, you know, that I've learned over the years to this wave as well. So, you know, big left, when it walls up, sometimes it's maybe like a northwest pipe, but it is kind of a unique spot, you know.
I think it's a great wave. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a unique wave. There's not
It's
very many
unique,
like
yeah,
it,
yeah.
but it is certainly a wave of consequence. And it's
Yep.
and you know, you being somebody who can judge it better than anybody, is this a great wave to have a bodyboarding event?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it is.
Yeah, I mean, you know, let the audience be the judge of that. But I think so. I mean, you'll see some spectacular barrels and airs and just all kinds of stuff.
Look at this.
Okay,
George Humphreys
Humphrey.
in third place. He wants to get up to
Oh,
where
it's a good
Israel
little ball.
Renato is.
Let's see. He needs to do something here.
He didn't want to do a roll there like Renato was willing to do.
Yeah, you know, the thing is, it moves in on the inside. It's pretty hectic.
So Renato's in first place. He got a 4.25 on that second wave. Israel
And-
Salas in second with 10.78. So George
And-
Humphreys needs a 5.39 or Brahim needs a 5.46. So both third and fourth place are within striking distance. We've got 10 minutes to go.
Yeah, still a lot of time. You know, wow, this is going to be close, you know.
Yeah, for sure. You know, Mike, we have another question coming from Nikolai Hoff. Mike Stewart, when have you started bodyboarding, and who was your first sponsor? And as a OG bodyboarder, I'm going to guess 1970, 79, and your first sponsor had to be Tom Mori, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Or would it
yeah.
be a shop in Kona?
No, Tom Mori, I guess. I mean, I actually worked at his little R&D center there. Real quick, here's a replay of Israel Salas. Pretty good little barrel.
Yeah,
for
ducking
that right.
that barrel.
Get out of that. Let's see if he does another move here. This could be a big score for him.
Well,
No.
he needs a 5.89 to take over the lead. And I think he might actually get that. So, and what year did you start bodyboarding?
Gosh, that would have been in the 60s.
In the 60s?
I'm embarrassed to say, yeah.
No, come on.
Yeah, I mean, that was before soft bodyboards. My dad used to take us down there.
Pipe aboard?
Yeah, anything that floated, you know, we'd go down to the beach and ride all kinds of weird things. But yeah, we were bodyboarding for quite a while prior to the soft bodyboard. When that thing came out, it was just like hallelujah, we got something that's soft and it works so much better. Hey, I just want to give a shout out to Dave Nias, who just had knee surgery the other day, and he's missing out in his first year of the bodyboarding comps in Newcastle. So get better quick, Dave, and all the bodyboarders around the world, give these guys some positive vibrations.
Knee surgery, no fun. I've had 5.
There's Pierre looking down.
Let's see, we got these questions still coming in.
Pierre's game face.
So let's give a lay of the land with 8.5 minutes to go. One more time, real quick. Renato Arellano, the Chilean, in first. Israel Salas in second. George Humphreys only needs a 5.39, and Brahim Douche needs a 5.46. And it is critical because third and fourth place are done for the event. As we see a rider paddling, that's a rider in white. No, letting it go to the rider in blue, Brahim Douche.
Okay, this is a pretty big section. He's got kind of pulled in, but that thing didn't really cooperate too much.
He needs a 5.46. I don't know if he's going to get that on that wave.
Yeah, there's still plenty time.
Some
8 minutes.
A legit peak just coming in behind it as well.
Okay, we got a little lull in the action here.
So we're going to move
sure
on.
These guys in the water aren't really thinking it's much of a lull. I mean, they're probably just like frantic right now trying to get. I mean, it's so tight. This heat is. Look at the scores: 11.6,
Yeah, it's very
10.7,
tight.
10.3,
Very tight.
9 points. They're all within a point or two.
It's anybody. I mean, guys only needing a 5.39 and a 5.46.
Okay,
It's anybody's game.
Here's Ronaldo paddled. So if he had priority, he'd probably lose priority on that.
Okay, Mike, Nicholas Espinoza wants to know why more bodyboarders don't come hunting down in Northern California and Oregon for big waves or tow ins or slaps.
Well, that's because there's no
Sharks.
reason. No. Hey, that whole coast, I was just up there, I spent about a month, is holding big for surf. I mean, there's really good waves up there. Just be respectful when you go out. You know, you don't want to go out there and you know, usually if there's guys surfing, you know, there's so much unridden coast, you can go anywhere else, you know. So just be respectful of the locals, but man, there's some epic surf up there.
So our rider in blue, Brahim Douche.
Brahim getting covered up.
Looking for a
in and out.
5.46.
Yeah, I don't know if that'll do it. We'll see. But yeah, I know there should be. You know what you should do is Man, pull some things up. Get some more guys up there, because
Yeah.
man, there's some serious slabs. There's everything up there.
Well, the problem is it's very very low population. There's a lot of miles of coastline out there. It's windy probably a lot of the afternoons. It's cold a lot of the
Okay, is
times.
this I'm not sure. We've got a replay here. Is this
Yeah,
an interference?
This could possibly be one. It looks like yellow. If there is one, it would be yellow on white. It would be George Humphreys on Israel Salas.
If he had priority.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure of the priority situation. The judges are going to let us know in a moment about the priority situation. For some reason, I almost don't think it is, because if Israel would have had priority, he would have kept going. He would have ducked out.
Oh yeah, maybe.
He would have kept going. Watch him duck out right away.
Yeah.
If he had priority, he would have kept going, and George Humphreys would have for sure had a interference. So I'm guessing that he didn't have priority.
We'll see.
That's my guess. Okay, let's go to some more
interference.
questions.
It was an interference call.
It was?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that's going to make things really tough for George. Gah. What a bummer.
He's only going to have one, so only one
Man.
score counts.
This is Israel Salas. Yeah, you know when it's this tough, man.
Israel
But you
got
know
a
what?
nice little barrel there.
I'd say this, at this point, man, he's got 5 minutes. Gosh, get in priority or get a right and just go absolutely loony.
So what happens with that? Only one wave counts now?
Yeah, he gets one of his top scoring
Well,
waves cut in half.
He can't do it. Only 2 waves count. You can't get better than a 10.
Well, if he gets a 10, and I think it's half of the other score, so he could theoretically make it.
There's a rider in yellow, George Humphreys, who just had an interference.
Yeah, George, a little bit, maybe not quite as much experience as some of these other riders out here, but one of the better riders. Like he's so good, and yeah, just a great young rider from Australia. And he's got years in front of him to learn all this stuff.
Look at this.
And I'm sure we'll see more of him.
Whoa, what do we have going on here?
And it's not over yet.
Changed his mind or something, I don't know.
That was kind of, yeah.
We have Michael Mora says, Mike, congratulations on your birthday. You are his idol, and he wants a hello for Michael Pinto from Portugal.
Yeah, Mike.
Man,
how's it going?
Mike, 50 years old.
I know.
And
so
you're
weird.
out here competing with the best guys in the world. And here we are. We see a rider in the blue, Brahimi Douche.
Brahim needs a big.
He needs
a score here.
He ducks out.
He needs a 5.
And the waves are definitely deteriorating, because we see a lot of these guys ducking out the back.
Yeah,
and Alex Leon just let me know that we are going to go on a hold after this heat is over. We might be done for the day. We are going to minimum go on a 30-minute hold.
Yeah, the conditions have kind of been changing the last few days. Sometimes it'll blow on and then it'll go dead, and so it's there's a chance it could clean up again, but probably not. Okay, here's white, Israel Salas.
This is the local rider.
Okay, nice pocket ride.
He is a Brazilian.
Let's see. You can kind of bottom turning, looking. Oh, it's just.
And the tide's getting lower, and I think that's why a lot of these guys are ducking out.
Yeah, shucks.
We have 3 minutes to go, Mike, and Neil Bryant writes in, I've often seen Kelly Slater giving you props in various interviews over the years. Given that you both occupy a very similar, unique position in your respective sports, is there much of a relationship between the two of you? And do you guys relate to each other? And have you ever taken to bodyboarding?
I've been on a couple trips.
Before.
Yeah. I haven't been bodyboarding with him, but I've surfed with him a lot of times. And
he comes yeah.
Yeah, I got nothing but positive things to say about the guy. I mean,
Kelly's awesome.
He's such a good guy.
He's a little bit of a weirdo. I mean, Kelly's a different dude. He does some weird stuff that most people don't know about.
Yeah.
He's an odd guy for sure.
Yeah. Well, he's in a unique position. I mean, shucks, he couldn't help but be affected by that to some degree. But man, the amount of attention he spends to the people that admire him and stuff is really something. I mean, gosh, he treats that just like how he treats his surfing, and it's just like another aspect of his life that he tries to be a perfectionist at, and he's so good at it, and he's such a good guy. I mean,
yeah, no,
Kelly's
a sweet guy for sure.
A lot of guys are jealous. A lot of guys have a lot of negative stuff to say,
he deals with
but
it very well.
Yeah, he's a good, really solid.
He's a good
person.
sport.
Yeah.
He understands that with success, breeds jealousy and
yeah,
envy.
And he is a competitive machine.
You-
I mean, he is so
you
competitive with
You
everything.
could thumb wrestle that guy, and he's going to put 110% into it.
It's so funny.
If he loses at
Once-
thumb wrestling, he's going to
So
scream.
one time we were he was at Pipe, and a lot of the surfers one year were entering the body surfing contest, and so I was, I usually do pretty good at that, and I couldn't believe how serious he was. Like, I was half as serious as he was. He was like, man, it was like, it's on, you know?
This is doing what? Where?
The body surfing
Oh, yeah.
contest. It was so
Oh,
good.
yeah, for sure. Brahimi Douche
Okay, Brahim.
trying to
man.
hook his legs and kind of
Let's see
stall
what's
for
this
something,
wave.
but nothing there.
You know, they're taking off on whatever they can to get whatever they can, and it's
Just over a minute to go.
okay. Looks like George Humphreys. Good to see him still clawing at this. You know, you can do this. You know, it is possible. I've made it through heats, and so can he. If he just has one big thing here, let's see what he got.
Wow,
Nice
roll.
roll.
Though.
Nice roll. You know, that probably would have been enough if he didn't have the darn interference.
Yeah, that's a
But
good call.
That's probably it.
So as of right now, without that score coming through for George Humphreys, currently your heat winner looks like it's going to be Renato Arellano and Israel Salas.
So he does good. He's got a good line here. Low drag, a little bit of bump, but he got to
Yeah.
that lip pretty well. And nice
Handled
roll.
the
That
chop.
was
He handled
really
the chop pretty well.
smooth.
So
I like that. That was clean.
unfortunately for Brahimi Douche,
Yeah, he got a
the Moroccan
6.33.
and the Australian George Humphreys, who got a 6.33, it looks like they're going to be going home, and they are eliminated for this event. We may be seeing them in Antofagasta or in Rio. Are you going to be at both those events?
At this point, I'm not. I'm not at this point. Renato
Yeah, listen to the
Arellano
crowd
from Chile.
cheering him
Yeah, pulls
The
it.
local boy, and he
Super stoked. Look how excited he is. So good.
That's awesome for him, 100%. Renato. And he won a qualifier event here, correct? He's from the south of Chile. He knows this wave very well, and he qualified from the trials.
So his strategy, if you look at it, he's got 3 waves, so he's real selective. That first one paid off. He got a 7, and that set him up for it. He didn't need much after that.
And he was able to use his priority
Yeah.
and just be patient and wait, which is the name of the game, and strategy really plays a part. Mike, James Lawrence is asking if you've ever been to Jersey in the UK. It's a little island kind of close to France, and he says if you do ever come there, he wants you to come surf Petite Port and teach him a thing or two. So you got to remember that one.
Yeah, okay. I'm down. I don't know if I've been there. I've been all the way up to between England and France on the French side, and that's as far up as I've gone, and then I went over to England.
Okay,
But
so
that was years ago.
Augustin is
So
asking Mike.
Renato, super amp. Yeah, he's a stoked Chilean.
Augustine is asking Mike, do you ride a custom science board, or do you actually ride one of the stock science boards?
Yeah, I mean the shape I ride, the board I ride is basically a stock design. I mean it's the Zero model, and so
That's awesome.
yeah, it's a 42-0 basically.
Okay, so we are going to be throwing off to a little commercial. Remember, we have to thank everyone who helps make the GoPro IBA Arica Chilean Challenge possible. The 10th year we've done this contest, the Municipalidad de Arica, as well as Tomate Surf Shop. Let's take a look at some messages from our sponsors here at the third stop of the GoPro IBA World Tour. All right, well, that's it. We are done for the day. This is the first day of the actual GSS event for the GoPro IBA Arica Chilean Challenge. The 10th year we've done this event. I'm Eric Apple, joined by Mike Stewart, the 9-time world champion, and my hero over here. I love the guy. He's amazing, and he's still in the contest, showing these kids how it's done. Don't forget, we got to support the Municipalidad de Arica, as well as Tomate Surf Shop, and of course, Science Bodyboards, Movie Star, and Lawn Airlines for helping to make this event possible. Make sure you're back with us first thing in the morning, IBAWorldTour.com. Also, our YouTube page, IBA World Tour. Make sure you subscribe. Don't just watch it, be a subscriber. Follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Until then, keep in the water. There you go.
Tomate Surf Shop, presentador oficial Arica Chilean Challenge 2013.